First, I would like to thank you, the hosting Cyberbot and HiSoc for hosting this event, and thank you for inviting HKIRC for sharing our experience on implementing DNSSEC. Okay, first thing, a brief introduction. Hong Kong Internet Registration Corporation Limited is a non-profit making organization. We are endorsed by the Hong Kong government to oversee and administer the .hk and the .hong Kong top-level domain names. We also represent Hong Kong to participate in international forums, and we also have a mission to promote the use of Internet and related technologies. Here's some figures. As of August this year, we have over 237,000 domain names for .hk. And our mission is that we are aiming to provide the domain name service in an uninterrupted, effective, and customer-centric and sustainable manner. So in other words, we always strive to provide reliable and robust and secure services. We understand that maintaining customer confidence and trust is important for .hk, so we have did quite a few things to achieve that. One of them is that we have set up our information security management system, which complies to the ISO standard. And we regularly do security audits by external auditors to make sure that we are okay. And also we have liaisons and exchange with different parties in Hong Kong, such as the Hong Kong CERT, the Office of Government CIO, and of course the Community Communication Authority and the Police Force, and on different security issues and initiatives, and such as security drills that we will conduct together. So DNSSEC definitely is one of the ways that we are planning to go to secure the DNS. We understand that the implementation is complex, so we need to plan it carefully, and more importantly, we will need the support from our industry, from the industry. So we know that we have to involve our stakeholders as early as possible, such as the registrars and ISP, or maybe the web hosting companies, etc. And as a result, we are planning to, we are setting up a testbed to introduce DNSSEC technologies and gaining the hands-on experience. And we are also planning to invite the stakeholders, the industry players, to test it out together with us, so that all of us can try it out and know how to operate the DNSSEC. And we hope that doing this, as well as the seminars, educational conferences, trainings that we can work together, we hope that the adoption will speed up in the future. But we also think that it will still take time due to the complexity of DNSSEC operations, and there's also commercial considerations behind that. Okay, so next I would like to share some of the approaches that from the point of view of a DNS administrator. So this slide shows that a typical DNS architecture that from day to day a DNS administrator may be operating. So from the left, top left over there, usually you will have a domain name provision or registry system. In it, that you will have all your domain names and its related records inside our database or single record system. And the information will be passed to a song generation process into a stealth master DNS, and subsequently the song or the domain names will be transferred to the master DNS and then to the secondary DNS. So this is what normally the architecture would be before you implement DNSSEC. So, so what we need to do to implement DNSSEC, there are two major components that we need to do. As the previous speaker, Rowan, has told you that there are quite a lot of details and things that you need to handle when you implement DNSSEC. So to sum up, we can categorize them into two major components that you need to add to the architecture. First of all is the key generation and storage system, or more commonly known as the hardware security module or cryptographic device. It will be responsible to generate the DNSSEC key securely and also store it safely in the device. And some of the device may even provide tamper-proof features. So in other words, if there's somebody trying to hack the device to steal the DNSSEC key, the device will automatically delete the keys before it is stolen. Another key component that you may consider to add to the architecture is the signer and the key management system. It will be responsible to sign the domain names with the correct keys, and it will use the right key at the right time, and it will also be responsible to manage the life cycles of the keys. So there are two components that you should consider to add to the architecture, and where should you put it? So one of the approach is to put it in between your song generation stealth master and the master DNS that is in the internet. So the stealth master will give the unsigned domain names records to the signing system. And then the signing system will pick up the right key from the key storage XSM and then sign the songs and then pass the signed domain name song to the master DNS and further on to the secondary DNS. And from our experience, there are three viable approaches to add these two components to the architecture. And of course, this is not the only way, but it is some examples that you may refer to. The first one is the managed service. There are already providers that do this DNSSEC signing and key management as a managed service, like a cloud service. So in this approach, you only have to integrate with this service provider by transferring your unsigned song to this provider. And then they will take care of the rest. He will sign the song and then publish it to your DNS secondaries and master servers. Some attributes of this model is that it is simply an outsourcing model. It is fast to implement and just integrate it with your providers. And all the DNSSEC are handled by the providers, so you don't have to handle the issues, and you don't have to invest in your hardware. And it would be suitable for those who already outsource their DNS management. But one major point to note is that in this model, the DNSSEC key actually is handled by the providers, not by yourselves. So is it right to do it this way? Sometimes it is. So you may outsource your key management to the providers. Yeah. The second approach is an all-in-one solution approach. There are some off-the-shelf products already in the market that will do the not only the key signing, actually it is DNS and IP address management systems. It will handle more than the signing. It will also record as a database, records all your domain names and the IP address and related records. It will generate the song for you, and it will generate the key and use the key to sign the song. So it just simply do all the things in one box and provide the signed song to your master DNS and your secondary DNS. For this approach, depends what you are already in place. If you're already using an off-the-shelf product which is upgradable with DNS features, it will be fast to implement by upgrading your products. But if you are not using such products and you want to migrate to it, then it may take some time. You still need to know some of the DNSSEC skills, because you have to manage the keys values using the products. And it would be suitable for those who manage their own DNS, but with less frequent changes. And keys are managed internally, so you can keep the keys by yourselves. And it will have more automated key management and rollover functions built in, so it will be easier to pick up and start using DNSSEC. And this is the third approach. I call it the bump in the wire. This is the, from an engineer perspective, we can add these two components individually as their own individual system, and then integrate them into the whole architecture. It will be a bit more complex to implement, because you have to make sure each component talk with each other, and you will have to understand more about the DNS and the DNSSEC itself to make sure the components work smoothly. This will be a more modular approach, and its advantage is that it will be more flexible, because you can change individual modules depends on your business needs. And all the keys are not only that managed internally, we can also define better security policy to segregate the system and the security roles when you manage the DNSSEC keys. That's all the three approaches that we commonly come across. But of course, there may be some, you may think of other varieties that may be even better and suit your own environment. And other things that to do is that besides you build up your DNS architecture, you also have to work with your parent domain name administrator. So you will have to submit your delegation signer to it, and depends on your domain name zone administration. You may have child zones, you may have subdomain names, and you will have to receive the records and sign that for them. And there are other policies such as DRP, BCP, and security policy that you have to update with your new systems. This is a sample input screen that we will use in a testbed to input the DS record. For our own .hk implementation, we are taking the bump in the wire approach. We would like to have the flexibility to manage our DNS, so we take this approach. If you have been working with the DNSSEC, you will see quite a lot parameters or settings that you can choose. Here are some of the values that we are planning to use. For example, the zone signing key, we will use them with length 1K, and we will use the RSA SHA-2, and we will roll over it monthly using the pre-publish method. For the KSK, will be 2K bits length and RSA SHA-2, and KSK will roll over yearly using the double signing method, and we will use NZ3 with opt-out. This is the final slide. I would like to stress again that we are planning to build, we are building the DNSSEC testbed, and we are targeting to complete it by the end of this year. We hope that we have all the interested parties can join us to test together, and so please contact us if you are interested. And we hope that we are planning to make a recognition scheme So if your organization would like to have your logos or names known by others that you are one of the pioneers in testing DNSSEC, and then you can join this scheme, and we will set up an online discussion system, a forum. So I hope that we can help each other out by discussing any DNSSEC related problems. Okay, that's what I want to share today. Thank you.